Merry
Ooh.
Christmas, everyone. And just to prove that I'm a horror Santa Claus, I have my machete.
You're a whore?
I'm a
A whore Santa?
horror Santa Claus.
You're a dirty Santa Claus. You're so dirty.
I am a dirty Santa. What are you doing?
I'm hanging out, I've been sitting here all day. What I do on December 23rd every year is I watch The Night the Reindeer Died over and over again, over 100 times.
Yeah.
Because it's only like 6 minutes long.
Right.
So I watch it over 100 times, and it changes my life. Every year I become a new person.
Oh, that's a great tradition.
I know.
And
I'm aware of that.
yes, you are aware of that. It is a fantastic tradition. So, this is Frightmare HQ. Welcome to our, what did we call this? The Christmas Horror Special.
Christmas special, baby. All about them horrors. You know what I'm talking about.
Christmas Special. Before we get too deep into this, as a Christmas present to all of our viewers out there, everyone who's stuck with us all this time through thick and thin, ever since COVID broke out. COVID? We have a special...
Lloyd's going to strip.
We have a very...
Lloyd's going to strip for us.
Yeah. Well, no, we have a very, very special guest for you
They're
guys
back
tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that person now.
It's coming.
How's it now?
I don't know.
We should be good to go. I think it was just El Diablo screwing everything up and messing with the sound, but we're back, everybody.
All right, we're back. El Diablo comes, breaks shit every time.
Every time El Diablo comes in, the sound gets crazy.
It gets nasty.
That's right.
I don't know.
So hopefully
Get out of here.
So hopefully we have audio now. Yeah, they said we hear you now. So good. That was an El Diablo thing, more than likely. But we want to say that was kind of cool, though. We just haven't had an El Diablo in person in a long, long time.
El Diablo, like I vanquished El Diablo to the land of the Minotaurs like 6 months ago. And El Diablo converted itself into an electrical signal. It keeps messing with all of our shit. And finally, it was able to resurface, and it's back. So hopefully it leaves our shit alone now.
Exactly.
Hate it.
So before we kick this off...
We're going to have a lot of fun today.
We are going to have a lot of fun. Before we kick it off, I think we should go through and just welcome everybody that's watching us. Let's see what we got here. We got David Dugas, Patrick LaGrave, Jeanette Nolan, Chrissy Gilliland, JRE, Travis Brown.
Downtown Travis Brown.
Downtown. Allie Tapa.
On top of the ball.
Yep. Let's see who else. Stephen Burt,
making it hurt every day.
Yep. T West, Adam Richards.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bob White.
Oh, yeah.
Neil McElhaney. Who else we got? John Kolchak Pertwee.
Everybody's here.
Everybody. Yep. And Richard Nettleton. There he is. I don't know if I mentioned him or not yet, but welcome, everybody. It is the special Frightmare HQ Christmas special, big deal, super duper hoorah.
We're going to have fun. I got a lot of stuff to give away, too. We're giving away some fun Christmas gifts to people.
Yes, so make sure you stick around, watch the live stream, Don't miss your chance to win some of these cool movies that Charles is about to tell us about.
I got some good movies we're giving away. All right, I'm gonna give away this awesome Drive-In Collection DVD that includes Bloodthirst and The Thirsty Dead
from Frightmare Vinegar Syndrome.
Well, this is a Vinegar Syndrome one.
Yep.
But I've also got a lot of Arrow Video stuff. Now I'm gonna hide some of these, but the grand prize tonight is gonna be this Arrow Video one right here. Ooh,
holy moly! That's a big prize.
That's He Came from the Swamp. Whoa, the whole collection.
That is a big deal. Awesome.
I've got 3 other Arrow movies to give away, but I'm going to keep them right here for right now. Right there.
All right. So those are under
I'll
lock
pop them
and
up at
key.
random.
We'll talk about them later when the time comes.
Yeah, when the time comes, Lloyd.
All right, then. Well, without further ado, let's begin our countdown to our favorite horror films of 2020, or not of 2020, but this is what we love about Christmas.
Man, we each picked 6 of them, so we're gonna go through, and the first one is Lloyd's.
The first one is
indeed
mine. I picked this one, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Let's see. Interwoven stories that take place on Christmas Eve are told by a festive radio host. Released October 2nd, 2015. It's the Canadian anthology horror film, A Christmas Story, directed by Grant Harvey, Steve Hoban, and Brett Sullivan.
Oh, Christmas Story.
That's right. I love this movie. I think it's, when it came out, wasn't this after Krampus? And I just thought it was a much better Christmas movie than Krampus was.
Yeah. This one was a lot better. And I remember this one, too, because of Walmart changing the title for it themselves. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but I can't remember what that was. What was it?
Well, apparently Walmart didn't like that it was called Christmas Horror Story, so Walmart printed their own slipcovers and retitled it Holiday Horror Story. They made their own slipcovers. I don't know why.
That's
They're like, no Christmas horror.
Yeah, that's
holiday.
That's pretty much worthless. That's weird.
I really want to start printing my own slipcovers for like all kinds of movies and just slipping them on movies like at Walmart, all this stuff,
Well, they have that power. They can make you change because, who else carries movies anymore?
I'm gonna print out one for Die Hard called Christmas Hard, and I'm gonna just put it on all the Die Hard movies throughout every Walmart. Welcome, Christmas Hard, guys. Hope you're ready.
We do have a trailer for this one, which I'm glad because it's a pretty good trailer.
That's what you tell all the boys.
That's right.
Let's watch this trailer.
Okay, there it is.
I haven't watched this since it came out.
Christmas.
A while back.
Yeah. It was a while back for me too.
Tell me,
of course, we already have seen William Shatner's in this.
Christmas. Christmas
That's
is
kind of
all
cool.
about forgiveness.
The Santa Claus in this is exactly what I'm going to look like in like 3 more years. It's going to be me.
He's
I
pretty
got 3 years
hardcore
tops.
with it.
This Christmas.
3 years tops, that's me.
Exactly 1 year
Yeah.
ago, last Christmas Eve, the school was the scene of an unimaginable
Oh my
crime.
god.
And you still want to go down there just
I'm
for some stupid
a William
school scene?
Shatner. There's
Gonna go on
something
school?
in this Christmas.
This is Krampus,
Something.
right?
That's a crime.
Let me tell you.
He's like an anti-Santa Claus.
It's Christmas.
A demon who punishes the naughty. He whips them. and
If
chains
you
them
can
up, stuff
survive
like that.
William Shatner,
That's fine.
you can survive anything.
The elves.
Well,
I fear they may all become infected. How did it all come to this?
I don't know. Did you like this one, Charles?
yeah, I actually did. I thought it was a lot better than I expected it to be. It was actually really enjoyable. And I went in there with absolutely no expectations, which I guess is good for some of these movies. You go in there like, well, this is going to be horrible. Let's just rock and roll.
Yeah.
And you watch it, you're like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Look what it did.
It was a fun movie. It's kind of disappointing that it didn't get, any more attention.
And that's going to be the trend with a lot of movies on our list. A lot of them didn't get a lot of attention when they came out, which is sad.
It is sad.
Some of them
It is
did.
sad. I don't know. Maybe just Christmas time in general is not a good time to release a horror movie.
I think it is. I think it's funny
think
though.
it
Some
is
of these
too,
didn't even.
but-
Yeah, and some of them didn't even come out during Christmas that we're going to cover. They're like way away from Christmas. They're like, oh well.
Well,
Who knows?
I don't know. That kind of makes sense. Maybe you make a Christmas horror movie, but you don't put it out at Christmas.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to start making movies about Easter and bring them out on Christmas, and then movies about Christmas and bring them out like on 4th of July, which a lot of people do.
There you go.
You know what? Let's start making movies about holidays that nobody has horror movies about. Like what is it? President's Day, Martin Luther King Day. We could do a lot of these.
Oh yeah, we could.
Oh
but,
man.
You know, there have been some. I think there was one for President's Day, wasn't there? Maybe
was
not a whole movie, but maybe a short.
There was a short for Martin Luther King Day too. That's where I got that. Did you ever see that? Where Martin Luther King comes back as a ghost and hunts the white supremacists.
Oh my god!
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
I can remember the name of it. It was one of those ones that had popped up on the contest things.
Well, we should tell everybody that this is probably as good a time as any to mention that our list here only really included feature films. We didn't include shorts.
Yeah, it did.
There's a ton of absolutely awesome shorts, Christmas-themed horror shorts out there. So,
yeah,
and we'll
in
mention
general
those
too, because
here in between, right?
Yeah, I mean, because we don't really cover shorts anyway in most of the stuff we do, and there's a lot of great horror shorts, and it might be something we do in the future, cover some of those. You know, there's a lot of good ones out there.
There is. Speaking of good ones, go ahead. You have the next one up, Charles.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. It's got the craziest synopsis. And I'd have a deep voice for this title. Hold on. In the depths of the Coven Territory Mountains lies the closest ever guarded secret of Christmas. The time has come to dig it up. And this Christmas, everyone will believe in Santa Claus. Dun dun dun. This was released in time for Christmas. December 3rd, 2010. It was a Finnish fantasy horror film called Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. Written and directed by Jalala Herlander. I can't say his name.
Yeah.
Jalala Herlander. It's actually based on a short film called Rare Exports, Inc. This one is. And I put this on here because this movie is phenomenal. Rare Exports is... Yeah. I love Rare Exports. It's so out there, but this is another one that it really surprised me. When I first saw this, I had heard a little bit about it, but I really expected some janky little low budget film out of Finland. It's Finnish. It's out of Finland. I was like, that's not really good.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I mean, the plot was hilarious. It's super enjoyable. I can't think of a negative thing about this. I mean, it's like a piece of Euro Christmas art. It really is.
Yeah.
It's so great. Do you like this one?
I do like this one, and I remember when it first came out, it seemed to be getting a lot of traction. So I think this was one that it was definitely out there in front of a lot of people. So I hope there's a lot of people that have seen it. If not, I recommend it.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't really released wide, but it did play a crap ton of film fests, you know, from Canada, US, Switzerland, you name it. For about 2 years it played. And even as recent as a couple days from now, it's going to debut in Singapore finally at the Nordic Film Festival. Because the first time Singapore is ever going to be able to see it. So really cool, really cool for them.
A couple of days ago, you said, or in a couple of days?
In a couple of days, December 26th.
Wow,
they're doing a Nordic Film Festival.
Just now getting into Singapore.
Just now getting into Singapore, so it's got legs. It's still out there, and yeah, I mean, I really like this one. It's short and sweet because it's less than 90 minutes long, but it gets everything that you want in this movie, and the story of Santa in it is just so fantastic. What they do, it's just so great, and you know, it's just a real down home evil life, you know, real life Santa. It's great.
It really is. It's a good flick. Excuse me.
I concur completely because this is one of my yearly watches ever since the first time I saw it. And I actually watched it again yesterday while I was working. So I have to watch this because it's just so great. Very clever. If you haven't seen this, this one is on Prime Video and Hulu both, if you've got them.
Right. Yeah, and that's like one of the more recent horror Christmas. We've had kind of a flood of Christmas themed horror movies coming out in the last few years. It suddenly became, a trend, I guess you'd say.
And it's like all the really good ones were basically in, majority of them were in the 80s or the last 10 years. It's kind of where all the good ones were. There was a spattering in between, but it wasn't really a trend. You had one or two here and there, and then nothing really phenomenal. But yeah, you said the last 10 years, there's been a lot of really good ones. I mean, really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So
very good.
Very surprising. And in fact, that I think Rare Exports is the first movie from Finland we've ever talked about on 30 or 40 shows we've done. Finland's not known for their horror, so it's very interesting.
Yeah, I can't think of too many Finnish films. So,
yeah.
But it is, I know a lot of finished films. Hey, boom, boom. So,
boom. There's not many Finnish horror movies in general. I mean, I know there's one called Sauna, and there's one called Bunny the Killer or something, but there's not many.
I know
out there.
Sauna, yeah.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
Oh, Lloyd. You had to do it, didn't you?
I had to do it. This was my pick. And I'm not ashamed. No shame. Santa Claus...
Don't be ashamed.
I'm not. Santa Claus is actually a demon who lost a bet with an angel, so he becomes the giver of toys and happiness. But when the bet is off, he returns to his evil ways. Released in Canada, October 25th, 2005, it's the Canadian-American slasher comedy film Santa's Sleigh, directed by David Steinman and starring wrestler Bill Goldberg as Santa Claus.
I'm Santa Claus, you son bitch. Look at me. I'm pretty sure this is the sequel to Santa with Muscles with Hulk Hogan,
It might be. It very well might be. I had to include this one because it has one of the most insane intros of a horror movie ever. And I think it's fantastic. I love it.
I really wanted to pull a clip of the intro, but this is another one of the movies that are recent that there's like no good quality clips out there, like at all. Like I would have had to put in like a DVD and burn it and then put it onto the thing. Like nothing exists for this, so I don't know what it is. But this was directed by, like you said, David Steinman, who also wrote it, and he was Brett Ratner's assistant for the longest time. And this is the only thing he ever wrote and direct, so that kind of tells you what happened there. But basically, he was like, I want to make a movie, Brett Ratner. Okay. I want it to be about Santa Claus. Okay. I want it to have Bill Goldberg. I don't give a shit. Leave me alone. Make a movie. All right. We're making it.
Yeah, the intro's fantastic. It's even got James Caan.
And Fran Drescher's in that intro, too.
And Fran Drescher. Bill Goldberg. Okay. I remember when my kids were into wrestling, and Bill Goldberg was a big deal. That was a big deal to them.
I'm not going to knock you. I'm actually happy you put this on here because this movie is meant to be dumb, and it is fun. This is a fun movie to watch.
Yep, it is.
Goldberg is insane in this movie. He's crazy in this movie, and it's got a lot of people. Like Chris Kattan pops up, and it's fun. It really is.
Yeah, it's a great fun movie. It's very lighthearted, and like Charles said, it's meant to be dumb, and it is. It's just a stupid, funny movie, but you got a killer Santa Claus. So I'm all in. I'm all in on this.
I'm all in too, and I was surprised to find out that this is not streaming anywhere. What a waste! What a waste streaming services. You have to pay $4 to rent it on Amazon, or I saw the DVD was on sale for like $1.25 on Amazon, so do it.
Yeah, either way, even if you watch it after Christmas, it's still a fun movie.
Oh, it's fun. It's totally fun.
Speaking of fun, the next movie.
I love the next movie. This is one of my picks, guys. So this is one of Charles' picks. I love this movie. All right. A Scotland Yard inspector tracks a murderer who hunts down people dressed as Santa and kills them in different violent fashions. It was released December 1984. It is the British slasher film Don't Open Till Christmas, directed by Edmund Purdom. And I love this movie. We've got a trailer for it because it's awesome.
Yeah, we do have a trailer for it. Let me just find the right button.
Ooh, find those buttons.
All right, here
Push
it
that
goes.
button. Oh, God, I love this movie. Edmund Purdom, who directed this, was
Present from the people who brought you Friday the 13th. Now comes Don't
He was an
Open
actor for
Till
the longest time.
A
Lots of
maniac
really,
is
really well
loose
known
at Christmas.
as an actor,
His target is Santa Claus. No
This
one
movie
dressed
gets
as
a lot
Santa
of
Claus
negative
is
reviews,
safe.
and I never
His
understood
death toys
why. It's
are a
so-
spear, a gun,
it's so
a
fantastic.
razor, a dagger,
Yeah, I think
or
it
a
is
rock.
too. It's always kind of been a mystery to me, but British slasher
Don't open till
films
Christmas.
in this era, I can't think of a
Some
whole
Santa
lot.
Clauses ignore
And that's
the
why I
law.
like it.
He surely
It's
wouldn't
pretty
attack
unique.
a woman.
Very unique for the time period. And as well, this is the only movie that
Don't
Edmund
open
Purdom
till
ever directed.
Christmas
He
with
was,
special guest
like I
star
said,
Carolyn
largely
Monroe.
known for being an actor. He acted in like 100 things. And this is his only forte into the directing field. And, I've always enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, like I said, so different.
Terror drives
And
one
it's
Santa Claus
got
into a house of
a
wax.
definite element of
Amidst the wax and plaster, a real body,
Yeah.
warm flesh.
Yeah,
wet
it does have a
blood.
little bit of sleaziness to it, and it's kind of interesting too because I know that Edmund Purdom quit the middle of like filming this, like directing this, and I think like 2 or 3 other people took over to finish directing it. So that's why it seems kind of all over the place at times, but there's I still enjoy it. I think it's got some fun kills, and for the longest time it was kind of hard to find. It was on UK, it was a UK and US VHS for the longest time.
Don't open.
Since
till
then, it's
Christmas.
kind of been
If you do, you
mixed
may not.
around a lot. I think I have to check, but I'm pretty sure it's on a public domain, and I think that because there's a whole bunch of DVDs that are brought out of this, like how Night of the Living Dead was, like just at random.
Well, I think Mondo Macabro was the last one to put it out, weren't they?
Which may have mixed it, but there was like a 4 or 5 year span where it was like on every little like 99-cent DVD would like have this out, like their own
Yeah.
little version of it.
Yeah, it might have fallen in the PD. That's too bad.
Yeah, it's too bad, but I love this movie. If you haven't seen it, like I said, this one's not streaming anywhere as well, and apparently the only place you can rent it is on Apple TV. Why Apple TV? I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's one you should check out. If I recall, there is a Blu-ray out, like you were saying. I think there's a Blu-ray
is there?
out from
I
somebody.
thought the last time it came out was a DVD from Mondo, but I could be mistaken.
Well, there is a Blu-ray out, I was going to say, but it's not a U.S. Blu-ray. There's a Spanish import Blu-ray, which apparently was a legitimate release when I looked it up. So, I don't know. There's a lot of movies that we don't get that end up Spanish releases in Spain. I don't know what it is, but there might be some way around there.
I
But
think they're bootlegs because I've seen that Brain Damage Blu-ray that's out there from Spain. Is it Brain Damage or Dead Alive? Either one.
I think it's under Brain Damage.
Yeah, but you can buy that on Blu-ray from Spain for like $12 or something. So I don't know what the picture quality is, but I'm always suspect
All right.
of certain things.
Well, guys, the key to these movies is if you look them up and you can't find a distributor or a legitimate distributor, don't buy it. It's a bootleg. That's
Right.
kind of how easy you could do it. There are a few legit distributors in Spain that get the rights to some stuff, like Fright Night 2, for one, was brought out in Spain, not brought out here by a legitimate company. But there is a lot of DVDs out there. There's probably 497 different DVDs of this that you could probably pick up for a quarter. I'd recommend getting one because they're a lot of fun. And this is one that I hope will get a really good remastered Blu-ray release at some point. It's totally
Yes.
worth it.
Yeah, I would love to see that too. I'd be first in line to grab a copy.
Well, next one is Lloyd's again. And I think it's one that people know. Maybe.
Okay, I think it is too. After breaking 3 important rules concerning his new pet, any guesses?
I don't know.
Billy unleashes a horde of mischievously malicious monsters on his small town.
God damn, Billy.
Dang it,
It
Billy.
was Billy's fault.
Released June 8th, 1984, it's the American comedy horror film Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante. There you guys, nice British quad here of Gremlins.
British Quad's awesome for that one.
It really is.
What can you say about Gremlins? It's freaking Gremlins, you know?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Didn't we just cover Gremlins pretty extensively? And with Joe Dante, the Joe Dante Patreon episode, yeah.
On our Patreon episode, yeah, we discussed, Joe Dante and this movie in pretty good detail. But this is 100% a Christmas movie, 100%. This movie is this movie is so great.
But I thought you had told me you disagreed with it being a Christmas movie, but now that I think about it, it was Gremlins 2 you just didn't flat out like. That's what it was.
Oh, Gremlins 2 was made out of horseshit, but this movie's amazing.
It's atrocious. It's a monstrosity.
If somebody put a TV in front of me and said, "All right, Charles, you can either watch Gremlins 2 or you have to eat this piece of dog shit," I'd be like, "Give me that dog shit."
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get it on.
Well, I like Gremlins. I like Gremlins too, but we're talking about the original Gremlins here, and
Gremlins is amazing.
It's an amazing classic. I would go as far as to say it's a classic film.
Yeah, it is a classic film, and it's filmed on the Universal backlot, and it's Kingston Falls in this movie, but it's the exact same set they used for Back to the Future. Back to the Future was filmed concurrently with this. So basically they stopped filming Gremlins, they vacuumed out all the snow, and they started filming Back to the Future. So everything in it's exactly the same when you watch Back to the Future. Hill Valley is Kingston Falls, the same. The town's set up the same. There's some of the same stores. It's freaking hilarious when you watch it. They're just like, yep, let's do it.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned before, my favorite part of Gremlins, and the creepiest part, is the damn Santa speech that Phoebe Cates gives. She talks about her dad.
Yeah,
it gets so dark.
It almost just, brings the whole movie to a screeching halt. You're like, oh my God, that's sad.
I know. She's just all of a sudden, she's like, he tells you the story. I remember being a kid and I was like, what? That's not nice.
That's not
What's
fun.
Going on?
Yeah.
Not
I'm supposed to be having fun here.
Well,
this was one of the movies that my sister had gone to see before me, and then she came back and said, "I got to take you to see Gremlins. It's amazing. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen." Blah 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 blah, and that was my introduction to Gremlins. And I mean, you can still go back and watch it, and that's always a test for a movie is how it does over time, of course. And
yep.
You can still watch Gremlins, and it still feels fresh.
Really does. It's so well shot, and the story is so fantastic. And it's if people don't know, this is one of the movies that, along with Temple of Doom, invented the PG-13 rating, because this was rated PG, and it was a little bit too much for PG.
Yeah,
it really was, just like Temple of Doom was. So
yeah, just right over the line,
Yeah,
but
right over the line.
Yeah, I love this movie. I love Joe Dante. I love everything about this movie. Phoebe Cates, Zach Galligan are fantastic actors. They did a great job with this movie, and it'll always be one of my top favorite movies of all time.
Agree there. And I love.
And we got to remember,
I love Holly Holiday in it. So
yeah, the holiday is all over this movie.
And I love Polly Holiday in it, who played Ruby Deagle, Mrs. Deagle.
Yeah,
Mrs. Deagle's so fantastic. There's that scene which we showed in the Patreon, but where she opens her door, they're caroling to her, all the Gremlins, and she's like, "Those little son of a bitch carolers."
Yeah,
she's so great. Mrs. Deagle, it's Christmas. She's so mean and she's so evil. I love her.
Yeah.
Well, the lady's like trying to get an advance on like her loan or something, and Mrs. Deagle's like, "Well, I guess you know what to ask Santa for, don't you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, get her.
It's brutal.
Get her, Mrs. Deagle.
She's absolutely brutal, man.
Pay your bills, bitch. That's what she's saying.
But
Like, good Lord.
even the special effects, the creature design, and the actual creatures themselves are, I mean, ahead of its time. Let's not forget that this movie basically started its own subgenre. What kind of rip-off films did we have out of Gremlins? We had Munchies,
Jesus.
and there's just Critters. There's just so many you can.
I mean, Munchies, Ghoulies, Critters. I mean, you've got
yeah, that's another one.
yeah,
I mean,
so many out there. Hobgoblins was another one that was a ripoff. You remember Hobgoblins? That's another one.
Boy, that movie is
horrible,
so bad, so bad. Charles.
And they made a sequel to Hobgoblins, Hobgoblins 2. I don't know why. Hobgoblins is so bad. Like, why did they make that?
Yeah, and somebody just said, J.D. Smith, DigiArtist, just said every Charles Band movie. So yeah, I mean, it basically inspired a subgenre of Charles Band movies. Right?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
That's
And hey,
so good.
don't get me wrong. Richard Nettleton said I liked Critters. So did I. I love Critters. I'm not disparaging at all.
Critters 1 is good.
Right.
Maybe Critters 2, but when we start going Critters 17 and Critters 39 back in time, it's like
a little
what?
out of hand.
That's like Ghoulies too. I mean, hell, the Ghoulies eventually went to college for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is going on? It's all we got in our lives. Ghoulies go to college. All right. Ghoulies go to med school. Oh,
And Munchie.
cool.
Munchie. Who did Munchie? That was God, I can't remember who did Munchie.
It surprisingly is a pretty valuable VHS.
Yeah.
I've sold a couple of them. They sell pretty quickly. Jim Warnowski did it, if I recall correctly.
Well, that makes sense.
And then there's Munchies too, which is different. There's Munchies, and then there's Munchie. So there's two different ones.
Yeah.
Munchie, I think, was done by Jim Warnowski. I can't remember who did Munchies from '87.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know what?
Munchies was a sequel to Munchie, wasn't it?
Munchie was a sequel to Munchies, I think.
Or Munchies. Kind of like they had Alien and then they had Aliens. I don't know. This is the Christmas show. This isn't the Gremlins.
I don't know.
Hour. So we'll move on. But Gremlins, all hail Gremlins.
Wait, I think you're right.
fun film.
I don't know. Somebody did a movie to something. I think Munchies came first, and then they made Munchie. But Munchie was only a name-only sequel. It was nothing to do with other Munchies. There's more Munchies. I don't know what's going on. I just work here.
Well,
Right,
F the
let's go.
Munchies.
Now.
F the Munchies.
F the Munchies. But coming up next is one of my not only favorite Christmas movies of all time, because Lloyd had to hear me freak out like 36 times when they finally released it on Blu-ray this year.
Yeah.
I like shit myself and died. It was so fantastic.
I never
overall
thought I
a
would meet
fantastic
another
movie.
person that knew what this movie existed. So
It's so great. And I finally got to watch it. I finally got to introduce it to my wife, and she loved it. And it's just a great movie. It's so well done.
yeah.
On Christmas Eve, a resourceful young boy has to defend himself and his grandfather from a killer dressed as Santa Claus. No, this is not Home Alone, guys. This one just missed Christmas because it debuted in France January 17th, 1990. It's the French horror film 3615 Code Pierre Noël, written and directed by Renee Manzer. It's known by a lot of names: Deadly Games, Dial a Code Santa Claus, Game Over, and Hide and Freak. Oh my God. It's such a phenomenally well done movie, and it does bear similarities to Home Alone so much that the director of this, Renee Manzer, sued John Hughes and the Home Alone people for ripping off his movie, and he won because that's kind of what they did with Home Alone. They ripped off his movie.
Yeah.
Even though they never said they did, they paid him out of court. He won. So this movie though is an absolutely beautiful movie. It's very heartwarming. It's pretty gory. It has a great story though. It's shot really well. It's got some beautiful scenes in it, and it's one of my favorites. And it was lost for the longest time. This movie was like impossible to find.
Yes.
Only time I'd ever seen it was a bootleg copy in the mid 2000s. I'd finally got one because You could only get it on VHS. And finally, in 2018, AGFA in Austin restored this, and it played at some Alamo Draft House. But Vinegar Syndrome this year actually did a full resto from the original camera negative and released it on 4K Blu-ray, not just Blu-ray. This movie's so amazing, they released it on 4K Blu-ray, which it deserves. It deserves it because it's absolutely mesmerizingly beautiful, and everybody needs this movie.
I gotta salute Vinegar Syndrome for
they've been knocking out of the park,
doing a 4K resto of this movie and releasing it on 4K.
And they don't do many 4Ks, and they did this one on 4K, a full 4K resto. Yeah. But
they've done Rad, and what else? Rad, Beastmaster, and the first one was something else, wasn't it? It was Tammy and the T-Rex.
Tammy and the T-Rex, right?
Yep.
I know they did Rad, but this one totally deserves it. And you've got to really, I got to tip my hat to Vinegar Syndrome because they've been releasing a lot of really awesome horror movies the last 6 months that I never thought I'd be able to see.
Like most notably, all the horror films,
all the Spanish horrors that all just recently came out. And I'm the first person in line to buy them because you could never get them, anywhere.
And I should be more specific. They're actually Mexican-made horror films. So
Mexican-made horror films.
Yeah, and Charles and I have both been salivating for that. So you can watch that on Shudder, right, Charles? Sorry to interrupt.
Shudder has it, yeah. Shudder's the only one that has it. And no, enough about that. I think at some point we'll probably do a Mexican horror special because, all these ones that have been released by Vinegar Syndrome are done by a guy named Ruben Galando Jr., who wasn't even 30 when he made all his movies. He was 21, 22, and I really wish we could get him for the show sometime. He'd be so awesome to bring in.
Yeah, that would be cool. Now. Maybe we can make that happen. We'll figure that out.
We'll have to make it happen because, you got to figure he made these movies 30 years ago, and he's not even 60 years old now. He's still young, so it's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
but we can move from that. 3615 Code PR Noel is, the original name, but you'll probably see it under Dial Code Santa Claus. That's what a lot of people call it. So great. I can't tip my hat to that movie enough. And I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's a French movie, and it's just so great. A guy named Patrick Florisham played Santa Claus, supposed to be the Santa Claus in this, and not really known for anything in the U.S., but he did a lot of French movies. Great actor. He's so terrifying in this. He's just so creepy.
Yeah. Well, this is a great movie that Charles and I have both, been hoping would get a big release, and it did. Right now, the Vinegar Syndrome website is shut down, so they can catch up on their Black Friday deals. But if you're looking for that movie on a 4K or on disc, I would say run to their website and order it as soon as they open it back up.
Yeah,
And with a little warning, I know there are some people that don't like to read subtitles. This is a subtitled movie. It's in French with English subtitles.
It's in French with English subtitles. This is one that is not dubbed and will never be dubbed because, that was part of the director. He doesn't like dubs, and some people don't like subtitles. I'm on the fence of I want to hear the original audio, so I will always be on the subtitle fence.
Yes.
Because it changes the movie. It's not the actors acting; it's somebody else. So
yeah, I'm with you. I prefer dubs too, but it's a totally different experience if you don't.
Yeah,
if you don't watch the original language.
Yeah, I always go to subtitles. I will actually turn off a movie if it doesn't have dub. It doesn't have the original language, which upset me with the recent release. I recorded a video. It's going to come soon, but of Orgy of the Living Dead, which only had the English dub and not the actual audio. I threw it on the floor like that. So that was pretty much me watching the movie. I was like, nope.
You threw it on the ground.
I was like, next.
That's right.
Sorry. That's how I live my life.
You're a rebel, sir. You are a rebel.
I'm crazy. You know what?
All right. So
Lloyd.
Next up
Lloyd,
is mine.
what do you have next, Lloyd?
This
what do you
is
have
something
here?
that could not be denied. Sorry, this is my kind of a film.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir. An orphan raised by nuns grows up to be a killer toy store Santa Claus. Released November 9th, 1984. It's the American slasher film Silent Night, Deadly Night, directed by Charles E. Cellier Jr. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Charles. Let's go ahead and play the trailer we got here. Everybody knows SNDN, so here we go.
Oh, ho, ho.
This opens right outside of Ira's Toys.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens, guys. Come on. Mama's cooking chicken, macaroni, and cheese.
When all through the house, not a
I love this
creature
movie,
was
though.
stirring, not even a mouse.
I do too.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care,
Punish.
in hopes that Saint
I just
Nicholas
remember all the controversy that this stirred up.
would be there.
You know, moms out
God.
there rioting and protesting, and I
Naughty.
wouldn't say rioting, but they were protesting this film because they didn't want their kids to see a killer Santa. And I don't know what parents are taking their kids or letting them go see a movie like this, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know either. You know, this actually, like you said, this was protested by a lot of people, and it, the protesting actually hurt its release. This was released the same weekend, the same day as Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was actually outgrossing. It actually outgrossed Nightmare on Elm Street until a lot of the protests started, and then it was kind of pulled from theaters.
Now
So sort
try
of,
and survive
this movie would have
Christmas.
outgrossed Nightmare on Elm Street if they would have left it
Silent
alone.
night,
Yeah.
It would have.
Deadly
But it still
night.
made tons of money.
Especially on video. This became a staple on home video. Like,
Yeah, it
every
did.
copy of this was sold.
Yeah, I still remember all the big boxes. You know, they were in big box. You know, the tapes were. They were in those really big boxes, and then the cardboard sleeve came off, and there was a big clamshell case inside. So that was the good old days.
and like you said, people were picketing about this killer Santa, but I was like, that shit been done like 20 years before then. I'm like, it's already been done numerous times.
Yeah.
Numerous times.
Well, it's just because it was getting some attention and making money. So, you know how that goes.
Man, all that people and their money. We don't like money here. We're not about money. We're about movies.
Yeah, J.D. Smith, DigiArtist, said, but Lloyd, the question becomes, why watch Silent Night, Deadly Night when you can watch Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, get the recap of Part 1, and the fine acting of Eric Freeman? That's very, very true.
Well, you're saucy tonight, sir.
You
You are saucy tonight.
But yeah, you can,
Just a thought there.
you can do that, but, you got to watch the original in its full glory.
Yeah,
And
you got to. It's so much fun, you know. This is just one of those that you have to watch. And like you said, so much controversy. They even like Phil Donahue did like an hour-long episode around this movie and the controversy it's going to cause and all this
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, come on, people. Come on.
You can go online and find old newspaper clippings of, people protesting and all of the chaos around it, just people lost their mind. But, what that ends up doing is exactly the opposite of what they're hoping it'll do. People go, well, why don't people want me to see this movie? And so they're going to go out and seeing it or go out and see it.
I mean, that's me. Somebody says, it's so terrible and horrifying. I'm like, oh, shit, it's on. Let's go watch it.
I got to see this
What are we
now.
watching? I got to see this twice. Give me 2 tickets for myself. Come on.
Absolutely.
I know in the beginning of this movie, too, Sam Raimi was in talks to direct this at the beginning. Ended up not getting it.
Huh,
I always wondered
didn't
what
know
this
that.
would have been like if Sam Raimi directed this movie. Yeah. It would have been very... It probably
Wow.
would have had Bruce Campbell in it as Santa Claus. It would
Yeah.
have been like, oh, hey, Santa Claus.
And they would have
Oh,
this
bitch.
frenetic camera work and all this craziness going on. I think
Yeah.
this movie's perfect. The movie's disturbing. The scenes with the nun are certainly disturbing. The way they treat that
Yeah.
little boy, it makes you want to cry, and then the scene with the grandpa, where grandpa can't talk, but yet he can talk when everybody leaves the room except the little boy. That's disturbing and creepy. It's funny now looking back on it, but when you first see that movie, it's like, wow, what a weirdo grandpa.
Hey there, little boy. They don't know I can talk, but I'm going to show you something.
Grandpa.
Merry Christmas. Grandpa, what is it? What is it, Grandpa? Nothing, Billy. Nothing, Billy.
So, we love Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Hell yeah, we do.
Fantastic movie. And I'm sure most people have seen that. So, we're not covering any new ground there, but we have to include it on this list.
Yes. Well, next up is a newer one that I absolutely love. It's a fun movie. All right, so, guys, it turns out that St. Nicholas is actually a murderous bishop who kidnaps and murders children when there's a full moon on December 5th. I knew this. I knew this was real. This was a movie released in Belgium, November 10th, 2010. It's a Dutch black comedy horror film called Sint, which was written and directed by Dick Maas. That's his name, Dick Maas. Maas Dick. And this was released as Saint in Europe and Saint Nick in the United States. I love this movie. We have a trailer for it because there's no other way to explain it. So watch the damn trailer.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, though.
So, I've never watched all of this. I started watching it and never finished it. So you're going to have to fill me in on this one. I've always heard very good things about this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it is a great movie. It's got an interesting story to it. Pretty original. And it's I don't know how else to explain this movie, but it's very much a classic. This was one of the most talked about movies for a while, especially in Europe, because it had a very cool combination of old school style horror, some good special effects, and it's the bad guy in it is just so good. I mean, the fact that they don't call him Santa Claus, they've turned it into Saint Nicholas, and he's on this horse, and he's just crazy, and it's actually something I've learned recently, that apparently a lot of kids overseas love this movie too. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's not really a kids movie,
big
but
thing for young adults.
Yeah, young adults overseas.
Well, it's kind of like It over here,
Yeah.
The young kids here love It.
Yeah, in Dutch, it's Sint because in Dutch, their tradition is Sinterklaas, which is the Dutch Santa Claus. And this is just a really fun, dark movie. It doesn't care for normality, really. It's, the story it's pretty original. There's some comparisons to a lot of other Christmas movies, but you're going to kind of have that because there's not a lot of places you can go with these kind of movies. There's going to be some similarities, but...
Right.
It's pretty creative. I mean, that's the least I can say is it's pretty creative,
Yeah, well, and that's true. You do get, if you're in Christmas, in that Christmas theme for a movie, where else are you going to take it? I mean, there's only so many Christmas legends. Elves and Krampus and Santa Claus and,
Yeah, and Charles Anderson said he saw it at Fright Fest in London with Dick Maas in attendance. I wish my name was Dick Maas. That's a great name.
Is it M-A-A-S or M-A-S-S?
M-A-A-S.
Okay, so it's Dick Maas.
Dick Maas.
Dick Maas.
It's probably pronounced some other way. It's probably pronounced like Dick Balthazar or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
To me, he will always be Dick Maas.
He your favorite Dick, is what you're saying.
He is my favorite Dick. He is always going to be Maas Dick to me, all right? He is fantastic. Maas Dick wrote and directed this, and this movie is very Maas good, directed by Dick Maas. All right.
May I have Uno Mas?
You can have Uno Mas, Dick Maas. All right.
Gracias.
Gracias. You Dick Maas grande?
Grande Dick Maas. Si, senor. Si, senor.
Oh,
Ricardo Mas.
This movie is Grande Dick Maas.
Okay. You heard it from you heard the dick straight out of Charles's mouth, guys.
That dick fell right out of my mouth, guys. It was good.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
So on we go to the next one. This is a brutal movie. This is my choice. I picked this movie because I love it so much. It's such a good movie. It's extremely brutal.
Is it?
Go ahead.
Dick Moss?
It is.
Okay, good.
A scissor-wielding psychopath terrorizes a pregnant widow on Christmas Eve. Released in France, June 13th, 2007. This is the French horror film Inside, directed by Julien Maury and Alejandre Bustillo.
Bustillo de Dick Moss.
Bustillo Dick Moss.
Bustillo.
This is when the French were kind of making awesome horror flicks. Right in a row, it was a big deal. French horror was invading the world, and this is one of the top films, in my opinion, that came out of France. And there's a lot of good ones. I mean, a lot of good ones.
Like High Tension, that kind of stuff. Martyrs, it was
Frontiers.
It's what was it called? Like the French extremity movement is what it was, I think. The new French extremity movement of the 2000s, which was all those horror movies.
Yeah. But it's great. It's like it says, it's set on Christmas Eve, so it is a Christmas movie. Gotta watch it. Watch it on Christmas. Make sure you're in a good mood though, because
oh man,
it's brutal, my man. It's brutal.
It is crazy. It is dark. It is some interesting scenes in it. I like this movie. It's actually not even just Christmas movie. It's a phenomenal movie. Period. It's super powerful. This one will just knock you on your ass.
Yes,
it really is.
And be careful. Don't fall for the remake. They already remade this one in America. It's terrible. Make sure you watch the French film. Subtitles, dubbed, whatever. It's great either way.
So the sequel, when the remake was no Dick Moss.
No Dick Moss.
No Dick Moss for the remake, but the original was
Moss Ricardo.
The original was quite Dick Moss. All right.
Yes.
Hey, Ricky Ricardo, they call me Cuban Pete. I'm the craziest cabana treat in Havana.
Yeah.
Dick Moss.
Okay, that was a little odd, but okay. We love our odd Charles moments.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, but this one is super realistic. This movie is just insane, though. I like this movie a lot.
So realistic.
It's kind of a struggle to watch it a second time. It'll knock you on your ass. You're like, all right. Well, that's happened.
And it just never stops. It seems like the movie never stops.
Oh, it's endless.
It just keeps going for the jugular. Just when you think you're safe, something else happens, and it's incredible.
Dick Moss, all over you.
Absolutely. So, highly recommended. This movie, according to Charles, is a $3.99 rental on Apple TV. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else right now, but seek it out if you haven't seen it.
Seek it out. Now, the next one is a movie I love that you're not going to be able to find anywhere. This movie does not exist on anything but VHS. I want to get that out of the way to start with, because it doesn't.
And I should probably interject that it's not an Asian film.
It's not.
Charles did not. He chose an American film.
I chose an American film that's impossible to find. That it's so impossible to find that I can't even get this shit on VHS, and I've been trying to get one for 2 months. I've been out hunting it for 2 months. I came close, but I don't want to pay $143 for it. Let's just say that. All right. Now, all right. I'm going to tell you guys, when I read you this synopsis, you're going to say, holy shit, I need this movie in my life. And you're not wrong. You're going to need it. All right, here we go. A woman discovers that she is the focus of an evil Nazi experiment attempting to mate her with a summoned elf. And only a renegade, loose cannon department store Santa Claus, played by Dan Haggerty, can save her.
Grizzly Adams himself.
Best plot ever. Best synopsis you've ever heard in your life. I know, you got Nazis, you got Grizzly Adams, you got freaking elves, and you got elves mating with sexy ladies. This is a movie that Charles would make. This is like a movie I would make today. It really is.
Yeah.
This was released direct to video October 24th, 1989, was never freaking released again, ever. It's the American horror film called Elves, directed by Jeffrey Mandel, and like I said, starring Dan Haggerty. The VHS for this is worth over $100.
Yep.
Never had a DVD release. Never had a proper release. I know the 35 millimeter original print exists, as the directors saved it, and this is one that everybody was hoping Vinegar Syndrome would announce on Black Friday. Everybody kind of thought it was going to be this one, and it wasn't. We still want it, Vinegar Syndrome. We want freaking Elves.
Wait,
want this movie.
What kind of drives me nuts about this movie? I used to have a VHS copy of this, and I stumbled upon it at a video store, and they were selling all their tapes, and I don't know. I think I paid $4 or $5 for it. You
lucky son of a bitch.
It wasn't a good copy. It had lots of tracking issues and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have it anymore, but Elves, I mean, you can't get any better than having Dan Haggerty as your lead hero in a crazy, wonky horror movie.
I mean, you got Nazis, like I said. You got Santa stabbing people's crotches. You got a really horribly made rubbery elf creature. There's some incest going on at one point. Look, it's got everything you want in this movie. Now, I'm not telling you it's a good movie. It's an absolutely horrible movie, but it's so horrible, it's fantastic. And I hate that you can't watch this anywhere because, like you, I used to have the VHS of this. And I remember I just kind of got rid of it like 15 years ago. I was like, I'm not going to watch this shit again.
I sold mine too. I sold it later.
That was when they were worth like $2. Like, I don't here. Just take
I
it.
know, yeah.
Now it's like, I swear to God, selling VHS tapes, I probably had 20 people message me like, do you have Elves? Do you have Elves? I'm like, no. And if I had Elves, you couldn't have it.
Well,
like,
here's the thing about that movie. It's hard to find now on VHS, but back in the day, I remember this movie being in every video store that I ever went
Every
into.
video store.
It was all over the place, and now you can't find this tape. It's crazy. I don't know what happened to it.
I think the fact that they were probably all in video stores, they probably all got trashed, and that's probably what ended up happening.
I guess
they were just like, but I mean, the plot's bizarre. It's so out there. It's just something you have to see in your life, and I'm really hoping that this is something that we see. That this is the epitome of something Vinegar Syndrome needs to make. And I think I'm going to start writing them every single day until next Christmas, so they can bring me elves. Yeah. Like, hey guys, it's me again. I just want to let you know that I don't have any elves yet in my life, so waiting for it. But yeah, it's just and Grizzly Adam defies all laws of logic in this. He's just Grizzly Adams for this whole damn movie.
Well, speaking of Grizzly Adams, he's great in these terrible, terrible horror movies.
Yeah, he is.
The other one that I remember with him is something about people being frozen. The Chilling.
The Chilling?
Yeah, The Chilling with him and Linda Blair. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
That is another fantastic horror flick. Fantastically bad horror flick that everybody needs to see.
This... I have to agree, like, Elves is right up there because, man, when you see the little rubbery elf in this who never closes his mouth, he's just like... like somebody chasing you with a dog toy. You're like, oh, my God, it's the elf. He's going to mate with me. What do I do?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, damn.
Well, this is just cheesy bad goodness. You got to check it out.
If you can find it.
If you can
Good
find
luck.
it.
I'm not talking about bootlegs.
Yeah,
I'm talking about really check it out through a legit release. Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a legit other than the VHS, so.
Maybe we could all pitch in and buy the VHS and we could just share it amongst each other.
Yeah.
We'll just send it around to each other. Because I sure still can't get a copy. Look up on eBay. People are like, Elves, it could be yours for $349.99.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want it that bad.
I'm sure.
I want it.
All right, so
it's you.
How do we transition to such cheesy goodness to an absolute all-time classic? We're just going to have to start. That's what we got to do.
This is Lloyd's last pick, guys, so it had to be a good one.
This is my last pick. During their Christmas break, a group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger. First released in Canada October 11, 1974. It's the Canadian slasher film Black Christmas.
Yes.
Produced and directed by Bob Clark and starring Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder, also known as Silent Night, Evil Night in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, Black Christmas is probably one of the early, there's so many proto-slashers out there, but this one got the slasher formula right.
This did. It got it right.
It got it right. It kind of nailed everything about it. And it was in very competent hands because, as we all know, Bob Clark has made a lot of, great
Porky's.
movies. Some most better than others.
Porky's.
Right, Charles?
Porky's.
Yeah.
Made
Hey,
Porky's. I mean, this is a guy who gave us another Christmas movie later on called
A Christmas
Story.
And that's the crazy thing about this movie is that he made the best family Christmas horror movie ever, and probably the best horror Christmas movie ever. So I'd say Bob Clark is well versed in Christmas.
He's a Christmas man. I'm telling you, he is a Christmas man.
Yep. You got John Saxon as the police guy or whatever he is, the chief. I don't remember what he was, but he's the one running around investigating this whole thing. And then
Who doesn't love John Saxon, right?
Huh?
So who doesn't love John Saxon? Come on, he makes every movie good.
So true, so true. I mean, he's made tons of bad movies a lot better, and tons
Yes,
of great
he has.
movies even better than they already were. But
Yeah,
I love Black
you can
Christmas.
say the same. You can say the same thing about Keir Dullea too, because he's made a lot of bad movies even better. So
Yeah, and he was in
and good movies.
Yeah, and he was in the Kubrick Space Odyssey. So I mean, my goodness.
2001. Yep.
Yeah, so I love it. I don't know anybody that doesn't love this movie. This movie gives you the heebie-jeebies. The atmosphere of Christmas with it being cold and snowy outside really only adds another layer to that.
Yeah, it's surprising. The guy who wrote this is a guy named Roy Moore, and this is really the only thing he ever wrote. And it's such a great screenplay that, I think he wrote like one other really crappy movie called Last Chase or something that was an action sci-fi movie. It was so bad, so horrible, and like it's so weird to see such a great screenplay for somebody who never really did anything good. They're like, all right, I made Black Christmas now. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out. It's over. It's the last movie I'm ever doing. Black Christmas.
That's
all right.
right. And I love this movie so much. I tried for several years to get a full cast reunion going, and I never could get everybody at the same time. We did get Margot Kidder one year. We had Keir Dullea booked. We were talking to Olivia Hussey, and all of it just kind of fell apart, and we ended up with Margot Kidder, and that was it. But
hey, Margot Kidder was good. I got to drink with her at the bar.
I was going to say, but that did not, negate her appearance at all because she was an amazing guest.
I remember just like sitting in the bar with her, me and her by ourselves, and we had like 6 beers apiece, and she was just telling me the more she drank, the more weird stories she would give me about Superman. And I was like, I don't know what this bitch talking about anymore. Like, she's out there.
Yeah.
It was so great. I was just like, I love Superman. Let's keep talking about Superman. Let's do it.
I actually met her at the VIP party that year, and she came up, and somehow she knew who I was, and she gave me a big kiss right on the lips. And I was like, wow, Lois Lane just kissed me.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Such a great guest.
She was a great guest, and I tried to get several people on board for this, but it just it never happened. We lost Bob Clark, we've lost Margot. I don't think Olivia is really interested in doing these things anymore.
It's got to the point where you're not really gonna get anybody anymore. It's been 46 years. They're not around anymore. That's why we gotta enjoy these guests while we can get them. We're getting to the point where we're losing a lot of people.
We are. But we will always have Black Christmas. This is a yearly watch for me. No matter what else I manage to fit in or not, I always try to find time for Black Christmas.
Yeah. I know you do, Lloyd. I know you do.
That's right.
Lloyd mentions Black Christmas at least 3 times a week to me. And, even if it's July, he's like, Black Christmas. I'm like, shut up, Lloyd.
Black Christmas.
No, I know it's 4th of July, but we should really watch Black Christmas. And I'm like, shut up, Lloyd. I'm watching it. I'm putting that shit in right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some fireworks on over it. Fine, Lloyd. Do it.
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
And of course, it's been remade twice. Don't. Listen, I'm going there. I really didn't mind the Black Christmas, the first remake. I didn't mind it at all. I haven't seen the new one. I'm not going to comment on it because I haven't seen it. But the original is a classic, and I kind of like certain things about the remake. So,
well, I rented
me if you will.
I rented a movie called Black Christmas once in the drape section at the video store, and it was not what I thought it was. So.
I had that same thought the whole time.
I thought it was the wrong tape. I was like, "Where's Margot Kidder coming? This is not the right movie."
Wait, why is that man fully naked?
What are you doing?
Oh,
There's full frontal nudity in this? Bob Clark, you dirty son of a bitch. I knew it. I knew it from Porky's. You were a dirty old man. I knew it.
Lord. Oh, my Lord.
All right, guys. Well, it's time for my last pick. And this is actually, if we're talking about legit horror Christmas movies, this is my favorite one. A toy factory worker, mentally scarred as a child upon learning Santa Claus is not real, just like all of us, suffers a nervous breakdown and embarks on a Yuletide killing spree. This is released November 7th, 1980. It's an American psychological slasher film called Christmas Evil, written and directed by Lewis Jackson, originally titled You Better Watch Out, and also known as Terror in Toyland, which is also another name of a dirty movie I saw once, Terror in Toyland. We got a trailer for this one, I think, but this is a great movie.
Christmas Evil, here we are.
Christmas Evil, yes, everybody loves Christmas Evil.
Oh man,
you gotta love Christmas Evil.
Well, this intro is always. I love these intros where little kids see things that they shouldn't see. They did that in Pieces. Remember, he's putting together the puzzle, and then there's a couple other movies out there
this
like
Christmas. Santa's going to make everyone happy.
Oh, so good.
The grown-ups.
Okay, here's the part I love. And this little kid looks down like he's real sad. Like, why is mommy kissing Santa Claus?
The non-believers.
He should be happy for his mommy.
He should be, but you know what? You got to get those toys somehow.
Watch out!
And the scream.
Somehow you got to get those toys.
And this Christmas, you better believe in Santa.
What do you like about this movie,
He'll
Charles?
slay you.
You know, it's such a great story. I don't know. This is probably the first Christmas horror movie I'm going to say I ever really saw it. I saw this when I was really young. Yeah. I was probably like 6 years old when I watched this because I always watched shit I wasn't supposed to watch. That was my life. But I don't know. I've always really, really loved this movie. And what I could say is, one, if you want to know something more, this is John Waters' favorite Christmas film. So there's that,
okay.
which is a big plus.
Which should tell you
but
a lot.
It's super original and it's very low budget too, which is really cool to watch. And it's really interesting as you watch it. It's definitely a classic. I have to mention again, it's low budget. I already said it once, but it is. But it's so interesting, and you see so many crazy things in this that it's just a fascinating, I guess, excursion into a crazy man's obsession with Santa Claus. It really is, you know.
Yeah.
So great. It's got great cinematography. Actually, it's shot really fantastic. You know, like a lot of scenes we saw on the trailer of the kids like peering through, and you know, this direct view from the children's perspective. It's just great. It's really great.
Well, I discovered this movie late. I don't know how it got past my radar, but it wasn't. I don't know. It might have been 15 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe, that I first discovered this movie. And it feels like a genuine proto slasher. I use that word a lot on here, but
it does though.
It's definitely a proto slasher. I wonder do you have any idea of when this movie was made versus when it came out? Because it feels like it's earlier. It was made earlier than 1980.
Yeah, I mean, I know it came out in 1980, but I think it was filmed after Halloween. I mean,
Okay.
I know that this was only made, like a lot of the budget came because of Halloween. The Halloween success allowed this to be made. But it definitely feels like a movie that was made before Halloween. It kind of does, you know?
Yeah, it
the
does.
way they did things.
It feels sort of proto-slashery, but it came out, prime time after Halloween. So who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great Christmas flick. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. And it's a great, I mean, if you're trying to do a, history of slasher viewings like throughout the year or something, this is one to add like after Halloween. If you watch Halloween, watch this one because it pairs real good, seeing something that was made post Halloween that kind of feels like it's not from Halloween. Because a lot of other ones you watch, you're like, well, this was derived directly from Halloween. But this one kind of feels like its own thing, Not
Right.
that it was kind of copy Halloween, which a lot of things were.
Sure. Sure. Halloween was huge. And, there was a rumor for a while there that Black Christmas or Halloween was John Carpenter's response to Black Christmas. I don't think that's true. I think that's been disproven several times.
It kind of has, yeah.
Yeah, but it
true.
totally feels like it could have been,
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
But this is always one of my favorites. There's a really great Vinegar Syndrome release of this as well. It's out. And yeah, it's great. It's a great release.
Yeah.
I've got a copy of it. Maybe I'll give an extra one away. Maybe I'll give an extra giveaway to somebody who wants
All right,
Christmas
well,
Eve.
let's see. Let's see
what I do.
Don't forget that we will have some giveaways, so don't tune out yet. You might win something
We will.
cool tonight.
I got to go get
for
all those
Christmas.
giveaways. I can see them. The giveaways are sitting over there. They're looking at me. They're like, "Hey, big boy, come get us because people want this shit." And I'm like, "I'm gonna come get you." So,
I'm on my way, baby.
stay over there. I'm on my way, baby.
Well, go ahead and grab them if you want.
Merry Christmas to all and to all a good
We got an
fight.
honorable mentions video. For
Christmas horror is the
Christmas
best
video.
Christmas movies.
You can guys that. I'll go get our giveaways.
Richard
Over there
Nettleton just super chatted us $10. So, and he said, Merry
Damn,
Christmas.
Richard.
Yeah, he said, "Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. Christmas horror is the best Christmas movies." Yes, thank you very much, Richard.
That is
we appreciate that very
Richard.
much.
Richard always takes care of us, guys. We love Richard. He's always taking care of us,
So, as everybody knows that watches this show, we're not done yet. We still have the honorable mentions, which there's going to be several in there, and I think we're actually gonna see what's not in there and make sure that we give some
See what
props
I
to that
missed.
stuff. Do you want to go ahead and you want me to play this while you're looking, Charles?
Yeah, play it. I gotta go pick up our stuff
All right, here we go.
over here somewhere.
Blow me.
All right, Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
Oh, Jack Frost. Can't go wrong with Jack Frost.
Oh yeah. You almost want to put this one on the main list.
I really wanted to, and the only reason I didn't is because we just covered it in '97.
Yeah.
Jack Frost 2.
That was the only reason. And it was a struggle. The struggle was real, guys.
Yeah.
I
Struggle to
wanted
keep
it so
off.
bad. It's so great.
All right. So let's see. What do we got? Jack in the Box. Smashed. Ooh, Krampus. It's Krampus.
Nothing bad's gonna happen.
It's Krampus time, guys.
What did you think about Krampus?
I thought it was a fun story. I enjoyed it really, but there's some others I actually enjoyed a lot more. I know Krampus is a favorite of a lot of people. And I included a copy of Krampus in our recent Patreon giveaway box. I hope Allie's got that yet. If she hasn't, well, you're getting a copy of Krampus. It's coming. Longest first. But it's one you kind of need.
Red Christmas I have not seen yet, but I've heard it's very weird
God.
and strange.
Red Christmas, yeah. And I actually first saw Red Christmas as part of the voting team for the Dallas Film Festival. And I fought for them to include this in the Dallas Film Festival. They did not include it. And it always pissed me off. Because it's a great movie. Maybe because it's Christmas.
Tomorrow at noon.
Oh, Scrooge.
Bad for me a little. As a matter of fact, the whole
Yeah,
rest of the week is
Scrooge, man. You know what? It's not 100%
Bill Murray.
a horror movie, but it's always a horror movie in my heart. You know?
Yeah, it's got a lot of the elements.
Back off, big man. That may work with the chicks, but
You got a lot of the elements. So. You make me want to be a better man, boy.
Anna and the Apocalypse, I haven't seen yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
That's a
It's a
musical,
lot of fun,
right?
you know? Yeah, and I'm not a musical fan, but it was still pretty enjoyable.
Yeah. Here's the remake. Not really a remake, but Silent Night. I'm really glad you put this one on.
Oh my god, I wanted it on the main list because this is actually a fantastic remake.
Charles, this is one that I struggled with leaving off. I was like, I don't know, man.
Oh my god.
Terrifying.
Did I put it on the list? I took it off. There was a couple where I like ignored it, but I was like, alright, well, I got it.
Last time it thrilled you.
Okay, we're watching Trash Day now.
It'll kill you.
Keep on.
Silent Night Releasing Corporation presents Silent Night.
Alright, I finally grabbed all of our movies. I couldn't remember where the hell I put them. I hide shit, and I'm like, I don't know where the hell I put it.
Okay, folks, that is our honorable mentions for Christmas. And there's a whole bunch of stuff.
mentions.
It is.
There is a
And
whole bunch of stuff.
There's a whole bunch of
Guess
stuff.
what,
There's
guys?
Shorts, a lot of great shorts out there, too, like Treevenge by the director.
Oh my God,
of,
Treevenge.
Hobo with a Shotgun. And it's up on Vimeo. I guess it's a legit link, so if you wanted to go watch Treevenge, that's a fun little short.
That's a great short, and yeah, if we were doing shorts, that would have been number one on the list because Treevenge is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And we did forget Santa with Muscles with Hulk Hogan. Sorry about that. You know?
We should
Ernest
at
Saves
least had a
Christmas.
trailer for that.
I know. But we're gonna do some Christmas giveaways because it's Christmas. You know what? Oh, people like movies.
Is everybody ready for Christmas giveaways?
Now, we're gonna do an extra giveaway because that's what I found, guys. I told you I had some copies. I have an unopened copy of Christmas Evil. Look at that from Vinegar Central. I'm gonna do that one. Like I said, we got the drive-in collection, but from Arrow Video, I've got what they sent me. I got the Warning from Space. This is a fun movie. Have you seen Warning from Space?
I have.
First Japanese sci-fi movie made in color. I've got the Deeper You Dig, which is actually a pretty exclusive release, 2-disc release. It's a fun one. I've got the Something Weird Herschel Lewis Blood Trilogy, which has 3 movies on it, guys. Color Me Blood Red, Blood Feast, and 2000 Maniacs.
I wanted to mention David Dugas said, anybody ever seen Silent Night, Bloody Night from the early 70s? That's a good one as well.
That is a good one.
Probably should have been on the list at some point, but we have limited space there, so.
We do. All right.
Robert Kowalski is asking, wasn't there a movie with Bill Goldberg as Santa? Yes, we covered it earlier on, and that is
Santa's Sleigh. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to do this. Let me just grab one at random here.
All right.
Except for the last one. All right. First up is going to be Warning from Space. Warning from Space. It's a space warning. Do you know what a space warning is, Lloyd?
Yeah. It's a
warning that happens from space.
Right. Comes from Saturn or Mars.
This is actually a really, really good movie. This is a really early Japanese sci-fi film, one of the first ones to be made in color, and recent release from Arrow. This is a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do is trivia questions, because I pulled some trivia questions. They're not really difficult. I kind of made them easy because it's Christmas. So it's going to be the first person who can type the fastest. All right. Most of them are about what Lloyd looks like without any clothes on. So
hey,
hope you like this. All right. First one's going to be easy. All right. Warning from Space. What is the room number from the original book of The Shining?
Come on, everybody. We're watching First one to type the room number from the original,
From the book
of The Shining, the room number.
Yeah.
Where all the craziness happens.
All the craziness.
So we're waiting here. Come on, somebody guess so we can give this away. Adam Richards says room 237.
That is not correct. I tricked you. Here's another fun fact. I have stayed in this room.
Charles has stayed in this room.
I have. Come on, guys. You can do it.
They can do it.
They got 10 seconds and then it's going away.
Then we're... Todd Jara says 216.
Man, Todd. He's off by a couple of numbers.
That's right.
Or...
All right, one more guess. Travis Brown. Travis Brown got it, but he said give it to Chrissy.
I don't know what that means. Gotta be the first person to get it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want it, it's gotta go to the next person.
Yep. So the next person, Shannon Brown, said room 217.
All right, Shannon Brown's getting it.
Boom. Congratulations, Shannon Brown. You have won a beautiful copy of Space Warning. Or Warning from Space.
Ooh. And I gotta get an address. So you gotta send us an address some way.
Yeah, message us on the Frightmare HQ Facebook page.
Yeah, Todd, you were one number off, Todd.
Yeah.
Sorry, Todd.
You probably fat fingered it too. It's
All
okay,
right.
Todd.
It's going to Shannon Brown. Just got to get your address on the Facebook page, or you can email me at charlesdoes@frightmarehq.com. All right. Next up,
what are we giving away?
It's the DVD of the Drive-In collection.
It's got the
Bloodthirst
Thirsty Dead. Oh, sorry.
And Bloodthirst. Thirsty Dead and the Bloodthirst. I call Lloyd the Thirsty Dead because he is thirsty.
I'm thirsty all the time.
How about this? What is the name of the demon that speaks to Isaac in Children of the Corn? What do they call him?
Oh, okay. I'm watching. Let's see.
And you can have your very own copy of the Drive-In collection featuring Bloodthirst and the Thirsty Dead.
Give us the question one more time, too.
The question was, what is the demon in Children of the Corn? What do they call him? Oh, I think John got it.
John Kolchak. Yep, looks like it.
He who walks behind the rose. He who walks behind the rose will sail too. Malachi.
Congratulations, John.
Malachi. Take off your panties. Take off.
Rose.
He who walks the rose said, give him your panties, Malachi. He wants them. He wants to eat your panties and throw them on the ground with the corn.
The Blueberry Crier, says Richard Nettleton.
It's actually going to be the name of the movie me and Lloyd are making, Blueberry Crier.
Blueberry Crier.
It's a weird movie, but you know what? It's all right. This is going out to John all the way in sunny England. Woo!
Sweet.
And if I send it now, John, you'll get it by April, so cool.
Yeah. You might as well just throw it in the ocean and see if it makes its way over there.
I'm going to throw it real far, like, all right.
Yeah.
It's going to John. All right, how about next I give away this awesome, heavy-ass Deeper You Dig box set. If you guys haven't seen the Deeper You Dig, this is a fun movie, actually. I don't know how to describe this movie, but it's a pretty dark, unsettling film. And this is actually a limited edition that Arrow brought out. It's a 2-disc. It's got basically a DVD and a Blu-ray on it, but it's a lot of fun. It actually includes a separate second movie, too. The guy who directed this did an earlier movie called The Hatred, and it includes that on there as well. So you get a 2-disc, 2-movie set here of The Deeper You Dig. Great. I want to thank Arrow Video again for these, you know?
That's what I was going to say.
Cool.
We are thankful to Arrow for contributing today's prizes. Do you have a question on this one, Charles?
I do, yeah. And again, thank you to Arrow. And if you guys haven't checked out Arrow's streaming service, it's still really it's really cheap. It's like $3 or $4 a month, and they've got some awesome crap on there.
A lot of stuff.
How about let's see. Here's a question. All right. Let me think. I think of one. In the movie Psycho, what is Norman Bates' hobby? What does he do as a hobby?
Oh, somebody ought to get this one quick.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it.
Let's see. Norman Bates. What was his hobby?
What was
if
his
you
hobby?
know the answer to the question, type it in the comments. And Ali Tappa wins it with taxidermy.
Yeah, Ali.
She got
Ali, have you got your Patreon box yet, Ali? That's what I want to know.
Exactly.
I'm hoping you did.
So,
it's going to Ali though.
A few people had it, man. T. West said taxidermy. Tyler Burrows said taxidermy.
Well, let's continue this trend. How about next time I'm going to give up the Blood Trilogy. So you're going to get 3 movies from Herschel Gordon Lewis. You're going to get Blood Feast, 2000 Maniacs, and Color Me Blood Red, with a nice easy question. Now, which horror movie from the 1950s was remade in the 2000s and starred Paris Hilton? How about that?
That's a good one. Somebody ought to get this pretty quick. What horror movie was from the 50s, was released in the 2000s, and has BAM? Somebody got it.
Who was it?
Travis Brown got that one.
That is Travis Brown. Let's go on to Travis Downtown Brown.
Downtown Travis Brown. Got a lot of answers.
A lot of
on
people
that.
got that
Good
one.
job. Good job.
Travis typed the fast. All right, guys, we got one more Blu-ray, and then I've got the giant set that I'm going to give away right here. All right. This is the Manja one. Now, if you've already won tonight, you can't win the Manja one, so everybody's still going to win something. But now I'm going to give away Christmas Evil.
Oh yeah.
And for Christmas Evil, I want you to tell me what was the name of the other horror movie that Lloyd mentioned earlier that starred Dan Haggerty and Linda Blair in it.
That's a good one. If you were watching and paying attention.
You can win Christmas Evil.
That's right. We were talking about elves, and I mentioned a movie that has Dan Haggerty in it also. And
you better watch out, because he's going to steal your panties.
John guessed it, but he already won. T. West has it.
It is T. West.
The Chilling. Thank you, T. West. Good job.
All right, guys, we're got a rollout tonight. All right, guys, well, our last Christmas giveaway is the William Griffey collection. He Came from the Swamp. This giant box set from Arrow Video here includes 7 feature films in this and a full-length documentary on the William Griffey collection. These are a lot of fun movies. If you haven't seen these were all filmed in the Florida Everglades, and they're really fun, especially Whiskey Mountain, Death Curse of Tartu. These are just a lot of fun. This is like 3 days of fun for you right here. It also includes a 60-page collector's booklet featuring a career-spanning interview with William Griffey. Each film has newly commissioned artwork, reversible sleeves, and a reversible collectible poster. Look at this.
Wow.
Jesus
That
Christ.
is a heck of a set. That just came out recently, so if you're not the winner of that, you can run out and buy yourself a copy from Arrow Video online at your favorite video store place, like Diabolique DVD maybe. Maybe you want to go there.
This is one that I have a feeling is going to sell out, because these box sets, Arrow usually only brings out a limited number. And this one's actually been really popular because William Griffey has a nice cult following, and people wanted a lot of these. And this is going to be a fun one to add to your collection here, all right? I'm going to ask the question, another horror movie question. Let's see who knows this one.
All right, so Twitch people, pay attention. No one's won anything on Twitch tonight, so pay close attention to this question.
Okay, let me ask one that's kind of hard, but not super hard. All right. In the Hellraiser series, what was Pinhead's human name when he was a person, before he became Pinhead? What was his... let me take the first name. What was his first name as a human?
Bob. I'm gonna guess Bob.
Was Lloyd Cryer. Lloyd Cryer.
Okay, J.D. Smith, Digi-Artist, has Elliot Spencer.
Damn! That's it. That
Boom.
was quick.
And when
Holy shit.
And when we said Twitch, that's where that one came from. Twitch. Good
Freaking
job,
Christ.
J.D. Smith. You
that
won
was
it.
like, he like typed it in before I even like finished speaking. That's a Hellraiser fan right there.
That is a Hellraiser fan. Good job. Good to see that we got a winner on Twitch today. That is a great box set. Congratulations.
Yeah,
and
man.
Please, everybody.
That's a great box set.
Thank Arrow for that. Arrow has been very generous in sending us all of these. So jump on it. Jump on it. Go see Arrow. Buy their stuff if you can get their streaming service. It's super cheap. Like Charles said earlier, it's like $3 or $4. So
yeah, it really is.
they're not paying me to say
J.D.
that.
Smith
I just believe in Arrow.
No, they're not paying me at all. I just believe they're unless you count them hustling us with movies, but no, they're even without this, their streaming service is amazing. There's some cool stuff on there for the price it is, you know?
It really is. It really is.
And Arrow's one of the only streaming services that a lot of times, if you keep in touch with what they're doing, will release movies on the streaming service before they actually come out to Blu-ray.
Yep.
You know, they'll do there first. So, but right here, J.D. Smith, and I put pimp next to it because J.D. Smith is a pimp.
Boom.
I got to make sure I send that to the pimp.
So
all right. Well,
anybody that won something tonight, please make sure that you reach out to us. You can go to our website and send a message, or you can go to Facebook at Frightmare HQ, and you can send us a message there to get us your address. Right, Charles?
And I will likely send those out in the next couple days if you send me your address. But remember, the mail is freaking insane right now because, I mean, like for example, Ali Tapa's Patreon box I sent 2-day express like 8 days ago. So that'll show you how crazy the mail is. I've got people's stuff I sent media mail 17 days ago that's still sitting in a post office somewhere. So it's like, all right.
Wow. Pretty crazy, isn't it?
It's all your fault, Lloyd. Just get on your Santa sleigh and go deliver people's stuff.
Yeah. Well, what a fun night with the Christmas theme. I'm really, really glad whoever suggested that on the last show. I really, really appreciate you doing that because this was a fun show. This was something that was a great topic and fun to talk about.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad this was recommended. This is a lot of fun. A lot of fun to do. Kind of revisit some of these movies, maybe on the older shows, but it really got to bring them all together in this nice little Christmas, package of fun. But that's kind of the main. We're not going to be on Saturday because it's the day after Christmas. I don't think we decided to do anything.
Stephen Burt tipped $20.
Yeah.
Great show. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen Burt. He tipped us $20. We appreciate that very much. Thank you, sir.
Damn, Stephen. Make it hurt.
Making it hurt.
Burt.
So, nothing this Saturday. We will definitely be back, I think, Wednesday. Is that right, Charles?
Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. We're going to continue to 1998, which I think last time I looked had like 4 good movies that came out that year. It's a good year. It's a solid year, there actually is a pretty good year, 98. I think I've got about 12 or 13 that are really good that year. So it's a nice, post 97. 97 was a struggle. 98 was a little better.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I want to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. We appreciate you guys joining us every week. I just saw something. Somebody asked if we're open this weekend. We are open at Frightmare Collectibles on Saturday and Sunday. We're closed Friday for Christmas. But I will be there Saturday and Sunday. Absolutely.
Awesome. Maybe I'll stop by this weekend too and dance for everybody. See what I can do. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are watching this, if you can throw a like on the YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, throw us a like on YouTube. That really helps. And a comment after if it's done, if you want to, that helps us too. Also, I just did a unboxing video on Silent Madness in 3D, which I think I need to bring it to Lloyd so we can watch it because I don't have a 3D Blu-ray player like Lloyd does. So
you got yours?
I got it, dude. I did an unboxing video on it, and it's actually I watched it. I watched it in it's a great resto actually. I watched it today. I just really want to watch the digital 3D one.
Yeah.
But it's really cool though.
Come
really
on
cool.
over. We can watch some 3D.
Heck yeah, we'll get third dimension. You have to hold my hand though. I get scared in 3D.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll hold your hand. You know
I get scared.
I'll hold everything.
I get the
else,
boogans. I get the boogans when it comes at me. You know, the boogans come and get me.
Exactly. Richard Nettleton asks, "How do we want to raid somebody?" I say sure. You want to raid on Twitch?
You can do whatever you can. You're an adult, man. You can do what you want.
Who do we want to raid tonight then?
I do see our YouTube likes going up, so thank you guys for everybody who threw it up there. Appreciate that.
Awesome, thank y'all. That is very.
And
very
yeah,
helpful.
I want to thank again Richard Nettleton and Stephen Burt for throwing us some tips. We do appreciate that. So if you guys are feeling frosty and enjoyed this, you want to throw us a tip, you can do that through our link that Lloyd posted up or on our super chat. That's all up to you though. There was a like though. We appreciate that. It kind of keeps us motivated. You know, our likes.
Absolutely.
People like what we do. And if you're the person who keeps disliking my unboxing videos, I'm gonna find you. If there's one son of a bitch that keeps disliking all my unboxing videos, I'm gonna find you out there. I think it's Travis Brown. I'm pretty sure it's Travis Brown.
It's the murderous
Travis
villain,
Brown.
Travis Brown.
It is. It's Travis Brown. He's doing it. But
So-
I'm out of chocolate and I'm out of beer, so this is a problem. So
what? Let's go ahead and raid. I mean, we don't have a lot of viewers on Twitch right now, but I mean, if you guys, well, I think Allie just joined us. If anybody wants to join us at our Twitch channel, we can do a raid. But I don't know, with only about 3 viewers on Twitch, most everybody watches us on YouTube. So.
Goodbye, horses. You're down. Yeah. Hey, baby.
That's right. Okay. Everybody's admitting to being the unboxing hater. So
I know.
it's
all
Travis,
you guys.
I think it's Richard Nettleton, maybe.
Damn, Richard Nettleton. I'm after you. I know where you live because you've won shit and I got your address. I'm going to show up in nothing but a Santa hat and a thong. I'm going to dance on your lawn till you change that damn dislike to a like.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, I guess you know, there's some people saying they're going to switch over to Twitch. So if y'all want to do that, yeah, cool. Come on. We'll raid. Let's do it. And I think I'm just going to pick the first one that Richard brought up, Lemon A Go-Go.
Lemon A Go-Go?
Yep. I don't know who Lemon A Go-Go is. Twitch Nate's
I don't know who it is either,
okay,
but I like it.
We got more people joining us now, so it's picking up.
Not
over
without
on
my
Twitch.
daughter. Ooh, I found more chocolate. Never mind. We're good. We can keep going for another hour.
All right. So let's see. If I hit this. All right. So we got 5 viewers right now ready to raid. I don't know. We can do that, I guess, if you want.
We got a lot of people on YouTube still. Patrick LeGrave has a pillowcase and a face mask like my scarf. That's awesome. This is like my favorite design, Patrick. I've actually got this tattooed on my leg too. The same design.
Awesome.
I have a problem.
All right. So if you want, we are about to
Light of
raid
my
over
life.
here. We're gonna raid Lemon A Go-Go, which I have no idea what that channel is, but Richard recommended it,
I don't know,
so
but
that's what we're gonna do.
Lemon A Go-Go's got me dancing. This is the words go-go. I'm like, heck yeah.
Right. All right, here we go, everybody.
All right, man.
And we're raiding.
Other than that,
yay, everybody. Send them,
if you're on
send them
YouTube,
our emotes and all of that stuff.
I want to thank everybody remaining on YouTube. We'll be back on Wednesday for 1998, the year in horse. Hopefully you guys can join us. I'll throw up a reminder on a Facebook event sometime in the next couple of days. But hope everybody has a good Christmas holiday ahead of them. Be safe and stay safe and be safe as a combination. And watch a lot of good movies. And if you watch anything that we went over on the show today, let me know what you think. Or if you got something that we missed, throw it down in the comments on YouTube. You know, I like to hear what you guys are watching and what you like to, you know, what your favorites are, because it may be something that we haven't seen. We watched a lot of damn movies, but we haven't seen them all. You know.
There you go. All right, guys. I think we're gonna go ahead and sign out, everybody. If you're raiding, go over there and let them know we're raiding them and tell them howdy. But that is going to do the show for this evening. We hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and we'll see you again soon. Peace out.